What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going over something a little bit different, something that I know was always interesting to me, and I'm assuming other fans of Friday the 13th will also be interested in this. And it's a bit of an old topic, but for some reason it's coming up a lot again. I saw Screen Rant, wrote an article on it, and then that just kind of started a spree of talking about why Kane Hodder wasn't casted in Freddy vs. Jason. For those that don't know, Kane Hodder was at this time the Jason. Okay, he did 4 movies in a row, that being Part 7, 8, 9, and Jason X. He was on a spree, and he was like the first person really in the Friday the 13th franchise to just really start hitting cons. To be that guy, to represent the horror genre at conventions. So he was known, people knew his face, and people loved Kane Hodder. So when the decision came out, the news came out that Kane Hodder was not going to be playing Jason in Freddy vs. Jason back in 2003, there was quite a bit of hate, including a lot of fan letters being written to New Line, just completely hating them for doing this and not letting the man himself play Jason one last time, including me. I was one of those. I was 7 years old at the time, and even then it was enough to make me so upset that I wrote a letter to New Line complaining about it. Of course, I doubt my mom ever, shipped it, but I wrote it. All right, I got my anger out on the table, and that was good for me at the time. So yeah, people were upset, but I think what we all really just wanted was an explanation. Like, why is it that this guy who's proven to be loved by fans, who tends to be everyone's favorite Jason, although I think all the Jason actors have done tremendous up to this point, but I think Kane tends to just be a favorite on average. So knowing that, why would you do it? Why would you recast him? Well, for a long time, we always thought it went back to Ronnie Yu. And Ronnie Yu, it always seemed like, based on what others were saying, that he just wanted a taller Jason. With Ken Kirzinger, who does play Jason in Freddy vs. Jason, standing at roughly 6'5", 6'6", and he was also on platform boots in Freddy vs. Jason, making him probably close to 7 feet tall in the movie. And then you have Robert Englund, who played Freddy, at 5'9". There was a staggering difference, which you would notice on all of the promotional banners that you see of Freddy and Jason next to each other. They really wanted to show the fact that Jason was towering over Freddy. There was also always the idea that maybe his eyes were a lot to do with it, his big brown eyes that he has. They wanted something more that you could feel for as an audience member and kind of relate to Jason more, be sympathetic towards Jason, and root for him over Freddy in that manner. But recently, Crystal Lake Memories, of course, if you haven't seen it, you should if you're a Friday the 13th fan, a long 7-hour documentary about the whole franchise. Casting director Matthew Berry for Freddy vs. Jason has an interview in there where he said that you thought Kane Hodder's movements were too cartoony, and they kind of came to an agreement that Kane Hodder was just too big, which I find interesting because Ken's a huge guy. Like, Ken Kirzinger is a massive dude. So the fact that they recasted Kane because they thought he was too big is interesting to me. You wanted someone that was towering him, but I guess not more powerful than him? I don't know. That one's interesting to me. And to say Kane was cartoony, again, sure, if you want to try to pull that way, but we've shown up to that point that it's worked. He did 4 movies in a row. Of course, those are weaker films, and I hear that all day. Believe me, I get you. Yeah, Kane Hodder is in probably arguably some of the worst Friday the 13th movies in the franchise, but it wasn't because of his performance. It was just because they were poorly written. That's a lot of it comes down to that. But the movement of Kane and the way he brought some life to the character, I think people appreciate very much, and that was always the battle we wanted to see. Robert Englund versus Kane Hodder. So it looks like it just, at the end of the day, it came down to size. And although now, in that Crystal Lake Memories documentary, Ronnie Yu did come out and say there that it wasn't his decision at all. That it was New Line Cinema's final decision. It all came back to them. I don't know who actually is at fault, but it does seem like the decision went around the fact that Kane either was too big muscular-wise or simply just wasn't tall enough. Which is a shame. Yeah, Ken is much taller than every other Jason up to that point, but really, Jason's always been a regular-sized dude. Some deformities that make him look larger, like in Richard Brooker's performance. He has massive traps in Part 3, but look at Ted White in Part 4. Just a regular-sized dude. Tall, but a regular-sized dude. At the end of the day, I don't think it really added too much by having Jason be that much taller. And especially because he was directed to move like Frankenstein. I don't know. I'm really curious of how much different it would have been if we got Kane's way of playing Jason into the movie. I think that's one of the biggest missing pieces there. Freddy vs. Jason has plenty of flaws, but at least we would have been seeing the Jason that we have loved 4 times before. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe you have a different opinion. Please let me know in the comments below. But that's going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.